Hey everybody, this is Evan Rogers coming at you with just a completely random video. I came across this Yokai book. It's called like Moeru or something. Anyway, it's online. I found it online. It's very odd. So in this one, there's no problem, but in future videos that I might make of this book, basically they just take random Japanese monsters, turn them into sexy ladies that are basically practically naked, and then tell you about them. It's a interesting way to go about educating people about Japanese monsters, yokai. So hopefully I won't get in too much trouble. I'll try to pick the ones that are less scandalous in the future. But let's go ahead and read about this. This is Yokai to so de nai mono wa dou miwakeru no? You might be saying, Evan, I know you're great at Japanese, and you're handsome too. But how did you read that? Well, the honest answer is I looked them up ahead of time. I knew a lot of these, but there are a few that I didn't know. And I looked them up ahead of time on gshow.org, and then I double-checked on ejje.weblio.co.jp, I think it is. Two great dictionaries that are out there online, free to use completely. And I made a little cheat sheet so we can speed up the video. So yokai. These are those Japanese monsters that you've heard so many times. I think they have like a yokai watch. And if you look through some of the old ukiyo-es and all those old paintings, you'll see lots of weird monsters that you don't know why they'd be a monster, but they are. Like, oh, this one has a long tongue and it licks you when you're not looking. They made a monster for that, apparently. Anyway, those weird things are called yokais. This page is the page after this page. So this is the first page, and what we're going to go through is the second page. This is explaining the difference between yokais and other things. Let me make sure we got everything on there. Great. All right, so yokai to so denai mono. So yokai and the to particle and so denai mono. Denai is basically dewanai. So it's not things that are not in that way. So is like that. So yokai and things mono denai that are not so like that. Wa do miwakeru no? Miwakeru means to distinguish, recognize, tell apart, differentiate. How do we differentiate between things that are yokai and things that are not yokai? The so denai mono. Let me zoom in for all you young whippersnappers on your phone. Okay, so here she says, this is Mina. Minasan ga mita mono ga yokai nano ka chigau no ka totomo muzukashii desu ne? For some reason, random words in this thing are katakana. I'll never understand, like chigau is katakana and desu ne is katakana. You got me. Crazy Japanese being crazy Japanese. Okay, so the ending is totomo muzukashii. I don't have muzukashii in here because I just didn't bother putting it in there. Sorry. If you don't know it, you don't know it. If you do know it, now you do. Muzukashii. Very difficult. Totomo muzukashii desu ne. It's very difficult, isn't it? Yokai nano ka chigau no ka. So yokai, and then the na no ka here is like the ending of a sentence saying, the na basically is basically the word des. Yokai des ka. Chigau desu ka is basically what's happening here. Yokai nano ka chigau no ka. The reason why there's no na after chigau is because chigau is a verb. And that's it. After na adjectives or nouns, we add this na no ka to operate like des. Is it a yokai or is it something different? Totomo muzukashii desu ne. It's so difficult, isn't it? Minasan ga mita mono ga. So, minasan ga, that's the subject of the sentence. Well, really it's a subject. The real subject of the sentence is mono, but mono is being described as minasan ga mita mono. Mono means thing, so the thing is very difficult. And then what thing are we talking about? The minasan ga mita mono. So the thing that everyone saw. They're talking about the previous page where they do an in-depth description of what's a yokai and what's not a yokai. I figured we'd start off with this one in case you're curious. Why are you starting with page 2? Because it's got a handy little flow chart. I figured that'd be easy, quick, and it'd be an easy way. It'd be a fast way to introduce some characters without a lot of language in between. So we can get a bunch of kanji practice in before we do the other page. All right, so minasan ga mita mono ga. The things that you guys saw earlier, i.e. the previous page, yokai no ka chigau no ka, whether or not they're yokai or not, or something different, totomo muzukashii desu ne. It's very difficult, isn't it? でも、心配はいりませんね in katakana for some reason. However, there's no need to worry. いりません. Do not need. 心配はいりません. Usually with negatives, you get the wa particle. There is no need for worry. Worrying is not necessary, is literally what they're saying. さっき話した. So the thing that we were just talking about, さっき話した. So that would be the previous page. Again, what we just read, or what you were supposed to have read. さっき話した狭い意味の妖怪を見分ける簡単なやり方があります。Okay, masu is in katakana for some god-awful reason. Alright, やり方があります. There is a way. What kind of way? A 簡単なやり方. A way of doing. There is a way of doing. Stem of a verb plus kata equals how you do something, the way you do something. So there is an easy way. There is, arimasu, an easy way, kantan na yarikata. Okay, so, saki hanashita semai imi no yokai o miwakeru. Okay, so semai imi no yokai. That's the part that we haven't really gone over. Semai, narrow, imi, meaning, definition, no yokai, yokai. So they're using yokai here not as the actual monsters, but as, like, the definition of monsters. Like, semai imi no yokai. So calling something a yokai's the narrow meaning of a yokai is kind of what's going on here. The narrow meaning of a yokai. So, o miwakeru, distinguishing the narrow meaning of a yokai that we were just talking about. There's an easy way to do it. There's an easy way of doing it. What are we talking about? Distinguishing the narrow meaning of a yokai, saki hinashita, that we talked about previously. Because you're probably curious, they have a chart down here. Here we have the hiroi imi no yokai. So this is all the wide meaning of the word. It includes kasajizos and hitodamas and an o, whatever that kanji is, san. Then over here we got the bake, whatever that thing is, the yuki-onna, the kama ichi itachi. Those kanjis are hardcore. I want to say bakemono, but that's not mono. Nado. So those are the ones in the purple, for those of you who are colorblind, the ones that are inside the smaller one. Semai imi no yokai. So that's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. All right, let's go through the flow chart. Ayashi gensho. Shoutai. What's that? Kaimei. Yeah, kaimei chato. So ayashi is strange, mysterious. Where is ayashi on here? There we go. I'm trying to highlight it for you. Suspicious, dubious, unlikely, strange, weird. Something like that. Very strange, uncommon, dubious, unlikely. Ayashi gensho. Gensho is a phenomenon. Gensho, phenomenon. Phenomena. Shoutai. Shoutai is true character, true form, the identity, the truth. Kaimei is the elucidation, the explaining, the clarification. So a chart clarifying the true nature of strange phenomena. Ayashi gensho, strange phenomenon. Shoutai kakume. Shoutai, true nature explanation, clarification chart. Pretty basic chart title for something crazy like this. So we're going to go through the flow chart. Apparently everyone in Japan knows start means start. Let me make sure that we have everything on screen. Okay, my big bald head is, okay, Jinkaku. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So you start here, and the first question is, sono kai gensho. So this is ayashi. This kanji is ayashi, but when you put it, usually when you combine it with other things, other kanji, it's pronounced kai. So kai gensho ni wa jinkaku ga aru. Jinkaku. Where's personality, persona, character, individuality. Does it have some sort of a like a person. Okay, so the last one that wasn't showing up is personhood, a personality. Notice the word person keeps showing up. So is it like person-ish? Does it have a body? その、kai-genshoには so to that, regarding that thing, the ni there is like on that thing. Notice that's the location for aru. Aru is there is something, and it's on that kai-gensho. その kai-genshoには jinkaku ga aru? So is there some sort of a personality or like a being with that persona, character, individuality? And then if the answer is no, we have a kai-e. Yes, it's an E going into an E. Kai-e. It's a mystery, a curiosity. It says ghost monster, but I don't think that's really what they're trying to go for. I think they just mean it's some sort of a mysterious thing. This is fushigi na gensho ga okiru dake de. With only, so fushigi na is a strange, weird, uncommon, kind of weird. Fushigi na gensho, a strange phenomenon, ga okiru, that occurs. Okiru can mean to awake, but it can also mean to occur. Dake de. So it's just a strange phenomenon that occurs. De, jinkaku ya kosei o motanai mono wa. So all of this stuff is modifying the word mono, and then mono is the subject. The actual sentence is mono wa kai to yobaremasu. Yobaru, yobu is the verb, yobimasu, yobu, yobareru is the passive form, is to be called. So mono wa kai to yobaremasu. So these things are called yobareru. The to particle marks the quotation of what we call it, kai. So these things are called kai. What kind of a thing? We have the word motanai, does not carry, does not hold, does not possess. So it's a thing that does not possess. What does it not possess? A kosei. We have kosei here, an individuality, a personality, something like that. So it's not really like a thing kind of. It's not really it doesn't really have a body. A jinkaku ya kosei o motanai mono. So a thing that does not have its individuality, its personality, a quirk. I don't know. Quirk was one of the definitions. I just wrote down what they said. It's not really. It doesn't have its own being. And jinkaku, person. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Is what they're trying to get at. It's not really a thing. Like it's not like a leaf or like Steve from accounting. Man, if it was Steve from accounting. Fushigi na gensho ga okiru dake de. If it's just as like the dake de, if it just being a thing that occurs, a phenomenon that occurs, a strange phenomenon that occurs, and it doesn't have a personality or it doesn't have really like its own individuality to it, kai to yobarimasu. We call it those things, sono mono wa, motanai mono wa, those things, what? Kai to yobarimasu. They're called kais, which is a mystery, a curiosity. Something like that. It's a mystery. It's a curiosity. All right, however, if it does have its own jinkaku, a personality or persona, a character, its own individuality, if it does have that, then the next question we have to ask is, それは人間に信仰されてる? それは that thing, 人間に. So this ni particle could mean a million things, but we have a passive verb. So by people. Hopefully you know what a ningen is. Ningen. 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 I didn't write down the kanji because I figured it was common enough for this level. それは人間に信仰されてます。されてる? 信仰する. This is the passive form of suru, sareru. To be believed in. Sareru. To be believed in. Tsugeme something. Something to shinko sarete iru. Something to believe in. Alright. Is that thing believed in religiously by people? If the answer is yes, we call it a kami. Hopefully you know what a kami is. It's like a god or a deity of some sort, depending on which religion you like to take. It's a demon. No, it's my god. No, it's a demon. No. Okay, anyway. All right, crazy kanji string right there. We have choujou teki. This is the cho, like to go above and beyond. Jo is the hijo, the jo of hijo, emergency. Teki, this just turns it into an adverb, so or like into an adjective. So it was a noun, now it's tekina, that kind of. Chojo tekina, so supernatural or paranormal. Shoujo tekina sonzai ga, so a supernatural existence. Sonzai is existence. I think I didn't bother writing that down. Ga, ningen no shinko o atsumetteru bai wa, bai, in that case, bai is in that case, yokai de wa naku, kami ni bunrui sareru. Sarimasu. Bunrui, classified. Okay. Bunrui suru, to classify something. Bunrui saremasu, sareru, is classified. So something is classified. What's being classified? The phenomenon that we're talking about. So they don't have the word phenomenon in here, but it says, in the case of bai wa, in the case of shinko atsumetteru bai wa. So in the case that it, so shinko atsumeru is kind of a, shinko is worship or belief in, and then to atsumeru is kind of like, atsumeru by itself means to gather or to collect. So something that collects belief or religious faith, or, it basically means to worship, or to be prayed to about, something like that. So ningen no shinko atsumetteru bai. So if the thing, in the case that the thing collects the belief of humans, ningen no shinko atsumetteru, in that case, yokai de wa naku, it's not a yokai. Kami ni bunrui sarimasu. It's classified as a kami, as a deity. So choujo tekina sonzai ga, a supernatural existence ga, ningen no shinko atsumetteru bai, in the situation where a supernatural existence collects human worship, wa yokai de wa naku, it's not a yokai, it is a kami, it is a deity. To bunrui sarimasu, we classify it as a deity. All right, great. The next, no. So if it is not worshipped by humans, if it's not religiously believed in by humans, no nara, sono shoutai wa shinda ningen da. That the thing's true characteristic. Remember, shoutai was not really true form. What? Shinda, dead, died, has died. Ningen da, it is a dead human. If it is a dead human, if the thing is a dead human, no. If the answer is no, then it's a yokai. Yokai. Kai gensho no uchi. Okay, so let's just read it first. Kai gensho no uchi, kai demo, kami demo, rei demo nai mono ga yokai to yobarimasu. Okay, so this uchi here is like within. Something's uchi, within the house of, sort of, an idea. Kai gensho, remember what that means? Pop quiz, what does it mean? It means mysterious phenomenon. So within the realm of mysterious phenomenons, kai demo, even a kai, kami demo, even if it's we have a negative at the end, demo nai. See this nai right here that I'm highlighting? Hopefully you can see it. Nai, Bill Nye, the science guy. So because there's a negative here, we have X demo, Y demo, Z demo, nai. It's not a rei. Rei is a soul or a spirit. Soul, spirit, departed soul, ghost. So it's not a dead thing. Rei demonai. Kami demonai. It's not a deity. Kai demonai. It's not a general mysterious happening. Demo. Nai mono ga. If it's a thing that is not any of those things, ga yokai to yobarimasu. Things that are not, so the mono is thing. Things that are not dead ghosts, deities, they're not even deities, they're not even just mysterious phenomenon. We call them, they are called, so the Japanese likes the passive form, yobarimasu, they are called yokai. And we're talking about things in the realm of kai genshos, of mysterious phenomenon. All right, but however, maybe the answer is yes, it is a dead person. それは人間の姿、form, figure, shape, appearance. それは人間の姿をしてる? Okay, so we have している. That doesn't mean that they're doing the form of a human. Hey guys, I'm gonna be a human, and then it's like an elephant acting like a human. I don't know, like whose line is it anyway? This is kind of like you can use shiteru or like suru to mean like they have. So for example, you might say that somebody is beautiful, like kawi kao ga shiteru. They have a pretty face. It's a strange usage of suru, but it means like when you describe a thing as possessing, like especially humans, if they possess a quality like a beautiful face or something like that, or a nice personality, shiseruhito, this suru means it describes them as having that thing. So it's a strange use of suru, but just trust me on that one. Sore wa, that thing that we're talking about, ningen no sugata, human form, oshiteru, does it display, does it show, does it have a human form? If it doesn't have a human form, but it is dead, but it is a dead human, then it can also be a yokai. However, if it does have a human shape, it is a rei. The kanji is difficult. Once again, the kanji is right here, rei. Hopefully you can see it better over here. Shisha, dead person, deceased, the dead. Shisha. Shisha ga chōjō teki sonzai ni natta bai. Sugata ga ningen nara rei. So de nakareba yokai desu. So this is just clarifying what we just did with this flow chart. So rei, soul, spirit, dead, departed ghost. Shisha ga, a dead person, the deceased, the dead will rise. The dead ga chōjō teki sonzai. So what was that? A supernatural phenomenon of existence, supernatural phenomena, paranormal existence. Ni natta bai. So when the dead are being the supernatural existence, and the bai is sort of that win idea. Bai. Sugata ga ningen nara, and the bai and the shape sugata ga ningen nara. If the shape is a human, the nara is if. After a noun, we don't need anything between nara and ningen. So sugata ga ningen nara rei. There's a lot of grammar missing from this little clause because they're trying to keep it, whoever wrote it's trying to keep it at a certain letter of words. So they're skipping a na here. They're skipping a bunch of stuff here to clarify the sentence. Sugata ga ningen nara rei. So it's saying that if it has the shape of a human, then it is a ghost, a spirit. And then comma, and then we're supposed to understand that it means like, oh, but there's kind of like a but instead of putting but there, they just go with the nakareba. So de nakareba. If it's not that, so de nakareba, dewa nai is it is not, dewa na kereba. If it is not that, yokai does. It is a yokai. All right, that's your flow chart. Is it does your strange phenomenon have a personality or like its own individual characteristic? Does it have a body? If the answer is no, then it's just a mysterious phenomenon. But if it's yes, and it's believed in by humans in a religious way, then it's a kami, which is like a deity. However, if it's not worshipped by humans and it doesn't gather the worship of humans, then the question becomes: is that thing's true body, is its true form, if its true characteristic a dead person? If it is not a dead person, then it is a yokai. But if it is, and it does not have a human shape, then it's also a yokai. It can still be dead, but if it doesn't have it can still be a dead human, but if it doesn't have a dead human shape, then it is a yokai. However, if it does have a human shape and it is a dead human, then it is a ghost or a spirit of some sort. All right. Now we have this crazy lady with crazy old school camera and a pen and a bow that's bigger than her entire body. この本で紹介する妖怪はどれ? This book with this book 紹介する introduce yokai, the yokai that we will introduce via this book はどれ are which ones? Which yokai will we introduce with this book is kind of the question there. Leave your grammar questions below. I don't get enough interaction on my videos. Heck, I bet nobody's even going to be watching this. この燃える妖怪辞典. So this is the title of the book that it's from. 燃える. This is like the like there's a whole series of these apparently. This series and it's called 燃える. This 燃える means like when you draw really cute things, I guess, and they're slightly sexy. I don't know. 燃える妖怪辞典. So the dictionary of yokai で紹介する妖怪は the yokai that we will introduce in this book はほとんどが and then this ほとんど means almost all of them ほとんどが almost all of them 狭い意味の妖怪です and des is in katakana for some weird reason. So the yokai that we will introduce in this book, almost all of them are the narrow meaning yokai. でも、妖怪のことを知るために大事なものなら、ちょっとだけ広い意味の妖怪っぽい。Yoso. Okay, I actually forgot what that meant. Yoso, I should probably know that one. Component, factor, item in a list. Yoso ga aru mo shoukai shite masu yo? That's a question, apparently. Okay. However, yokai no koto o shiru tame ni, in order to understand the nature, the yokai-ness, in order to know the yokai. So yokai no koto. Frequently in Japanese, you don't know a person, you know the koto of that person, and you don't ever go to a person, you go to the tokoro of that person, the place of that person. So yokai no koto o shiru tame ni, verb tame ni, in order to know the nature of yokai, tame ni, daiji na mono nara, an important thing. If it's important for understanding the nature of a yokai, ちょっとだけ, just a little bit, 広い意味の妖怪っぽい要素があるものがあるのも紹介してます. Okay, so this してます means we have, because they're probably writing this afterwards, or we will be, we have. Also, もあるの, 要素があるの. So the component, the factor, an item in a list, an element. 要素があるの. So things, the no is turning into a noun. Things that 要素がある, things that have the component, the factor. も as well 紹介してます. We will also be introducing things that have the element. What kind of an element? The 広い意味の妖怪っぽい要素がある. So things that, this ぽい is like kind of like or similar to, or in a way of, in that style. Poi means, it generally means like it's like something. So ちょっとだけ, just a little bit. The wide meaning of yokai, ぽい要素があるのも紹介してます. We will also be introducing things, things that have the flavor, the factors, the elements of things like the wide meaning of yokai. Just a little bit. So, and that's if it's important, if that thing is important for the purpose of knowing what a yokai is. Okay? So basically they're saying that we're also going to be introducing some wide meaning yokai in order to help us understand what a yokai is. This is basically what they're saying. 26ページの大白様. That's apparently another yokai. と68ページの手長足長ですね. And then they say that apparently the Oshida-sama, I don't know what that is, and the page 68's long arm, long hand, long leg. This is literally a weird monster with long arms and legs. It's actually, I think, 2 people on top of each other. I actually looked that one up. I didn't look up Oshida-sama. I'll do that real quick, but I'm afraid of all the weird pictures in here. It might get me banned from YouTube, so hang on one second. Is this the Oshida-sama? It looks like they're not too incredibly naked on this one. Oshida-sama. Apparently these are Oshida-samas. All right, there you go. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. I hope this helped. I hope this was fun. If you like this, let me know. If you don't like this, also let me know. Like, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And if you have questions, like, hey, Evan, how did you get that translation? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. You can check me out on Reddit, Twitter, Gab, etc., etc., etc. Feel free to donate on Patreon. I got some t-shirts and stuff through Teespring. Is that what it's called? Anyway, have yourselves a happy day. Peace out.